Hello and welcome back to Cracking the Cryptic, and today's episode is going to be a puzzle that's been on Discord for a while called Maximal Anti-Killer. It's been recommended to us. It's been getting some very positive feedback, so I'm looking forward to that. It's by Mad Mahogany, who we've featured I think once or twice before, but certainly it's got a rule set like none I've ever seen. Now, just before we get to that, let's obviously mention the Kickstarter project, which has burst through $80,000 and the associated stretch goals, and we've created new stretch goals, which are quite exciting. I think do go over to the Kickstarter page and have a look at those, because the book is really turning into something very interesting. And we have actually also, somewhere on that page, in one of the tabs, you can find the list of the 25 puzzles from the channel that will definitely be going in the book first, so check those out as well. Now, other than that, obviously this puzzle comes from Discord, where people are testing out their setting and solving skills, and we get the results, which is brilliant. Do check in over there if you're interested in that sort of thing. And we're coming up to the beginning of the month for our new Patreon reward content, so that'll be coming in the next 4 or 5 days, just after Halloween, I guess. So, with all that said, what are the rules of this Maximal Anti-Killer by Mad Mahogany? They are, well, you can see that we've got some killer cages, which are intriguingly all numbered 10. Now, the rule set is that normal killer Sudoku, as far as those are concerned, so normal Sudoku rules apply and the numbers in the cages add up to 10. But there is no way of placing an extra 10 cage as well as these ones in the grid. So, for instance, I guess that means that these cells cannot be 2, because that would create either a possible 10 cage there or a possible 10 cage there with the 8. For instance. So I think we're talking any length of cage. Anyway, you can't place any more, but there's one further stipulation, which is that each of the 10 cages that exist in the grid, if they weren't there, there would be another 10 cage possible. So I assume that means that, for instance, there might be a 2 here, and then there would be a 10 cage possible with that 8. And each of these 10 cages, there is somewhere that a 10 cage could be formed if that 10 cage hadn't been drawn in the grid. So it's absolutely fascinating. It kind of forces us to look at this grid as though we were the constructor of the puzzle, which is really weird. And as usual, I suspect it's going to mess with the normal things we think we know. So do have a go on the link below the video, and I'm going to have a go now. So let's get cracking. Well, some of these 10 cages are 4 cells, so that's quite handy. Let's not just fill in 1, 2, 3, 4 in those cells, which are absolutely definite, because any 4 cell 10 cage has to be 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to colour these numbers because I think these are going to be important. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's make them all blue, and everything higher, let's make them orange. It's a bit similar to what I was doing yesterday. Possibly exactly the same. No, it was 6s, 1 to 6, and 1 to 5 and 6 to 9. So slightly different, but anyway. Right, now we can see that we've got all 4 cells from 1 to 4 coloured in column 1, so the rest are orange, and in box 7, so they're all orange, and in box 9 we've got all 4 done, and in column 8 we can do those, and in row 8 those are all orange. Now that means that this cell is 7, 8 or 9 and must go with a 1, 2 or 3. I'm going to colour that blue in that 10 cage. I'm going to forget for a while about these bizarre negative and positive constraints and just try and do some regular Sudoku, because that would be useful. Now, where else can we? Okay, this 10, yeah, as we saw from this one, I think a 2-cell 10 cage is always one number below 5 and one number that's higher. So 1 blue and 1 orange, and that will fill up row 4 with its blues. So these other two must be orange. Same again here in column 9. One of those is blue. Only one is blue, so this cell is blue as well. Now these 3-cell 10 cages, do they have to be 2 blue and an orange? I don't think you can do them with 3 blue, because you need all 4 blue to make 10. And you can't use 5 and 6, that's already blown the total. So these are always 2 blues and an orange. And is that helpful at all? No, not really. Not that I can see. I mean, it might be. Maybe it's worth just storing up as information. Right, let's try a bit of Sudoku. So that 9 is ruling out those 2 cells. So 9 in box 9 has to be in one of those 2. Actually, down column 8, that one is a 6 or 9. That's a 6 or 5. That could be 5, 6 or 9. 6. 6 can't be here in this 10 cage because that would need 3 and 1 to join it, and that's blown out by that. So 6 can't be in the blue cell, so actually 6 is here. Okay, well that, and this one down here is 9, and that one's 5. So forget the pencil marks, we've got actual digits in the grid. 5 and 5. 5's in one of these cells. Can it be here? Yeah, it could with a 4 and 1. 9 and 9 though. 9 can't be in the 10 cage, so one of these is a 9. So 9 and 7 are not possible for this 10 cage, so it's even. It's either 2, 8 or 6, 4, which is very little help at all. Okay, let's look at the negative constraint. Now that rule that there can't be another 10 cage that hasn't been drawn in the grid effectively. Look at this cell. Oh, that's quite cool here. Look, 9 means this can't be 1. 6 means it can't be 4. So that is 2 or 3, which does not resolve this 10 cage. Where else can we do something like that? 9 is confined to one of those 2 cells by Sudoku. That does also mean that 1 can't be in one of those 2 cells as well, or it would create a 10 cage of its own, but that's not very useful. I'm trying to not... Like, at first I'm tempted to go, well, this can't be a 4, but that's rubbish because that's in a cage. So it wouldn't create a new cage. In fact, that would be positively welcomed because it would mean that this cage, if removed, would leave behind another potential cage. But this 6 means those 2 can't be 4, and that can't be 4. Where would 1 go in this central box? Yeah, that's quite interesting. Let's not just remember 2 cell cages. 1 can't go next to the 9, but it also can't go in these positions, or it would create a 6, 1, 3 that could be a 3 cell 10 cage. So 1 has to be in one of those 2 spots. I can't see why not, although if it goes there, that'll fix 9 as there, but don't know that yet. It's quite likely to be in the 10 cage, I suppose. Okay, and we're saying 4 can't be in those 3. That's what I said. So let's fill in the 4 possibilities. 7 can't go next to the 3. Oh, look at this pattern we're getting. 1, 4 and 7. Now 8's not so restricted because it would only be a 2 it couldn't go next to. Oh, hang on though, look at these 2 cells. Oh, this is exciting. The 3 numbers we haven't placed in box 5 are 2, 5 and 8. And these 2 cannot be 2 and 5 or we'd get a 2, 3, 5 10 cage. So one of them has to be 8. It's clearly not that one. It's got to be there. That's mad number to be able to place. So this cell must be 2 or 5. That's all that's left as possibilities for the cell, because we've got 3, 6, 9 and 8 and we've placed all the 1, 4, 7 possibilities. Now where else? Yes, now those 2 are part of 2, 3, 5. The other cell out of 2, 3 and 5 can't connect to those 2, or it could do here, because that's in a cage, but it can't be there or there. So these 2 could be 2 or 5, as well as 1, and in this case 7, and in this case 4. So let's take out the corner marks, which are revealing that these 2 cells, the only possibilities are left are 4 and 7. They can't be 2 or 5 because they'd create this 2, 5, 3 cage, which would be new. And they can't be 6, 8 and 9, and we know they're not 1 because they're next to the 9. That's right, just checking the logic. That's a 4, 7 pair, so we can get rid of 4 there and 7 there. Can we do any more? Or have we squeezed this middle box dry? We have worked it quite hard. Oh, that's crazy. What a brilliant idea. I can't see anything else. Right. So we only placed 1 digit, but we've reduced a lot of it down now. That's excellent. Now, 8. Oh, 8 could be in any of those. That's not the sort of help we were looking for. 1 can't be here. Oh, and we said it can't be here. But that still leaves some possible 1s around. Oh, that's frustrating. What about the 10 cage? Not really. It could still even be 6, 1, 3, which looked almost totally constrained out of possibility. Let's have a look at row 5. 9, 8, 3 and 6. This one sees 1, 2, 4 in the blue cells above, 9, 8, 3 and 6 in the row, so that's 5 or 7. Ooh, let's not forget a bit of colouring that is possible. 5 or 7 there. This one, oh look, this would also connect to the 3, 2, 5 thing, so that can't be 2 or 5 either. Can't be 3, 8, 6 or 9. So it can be 1, 4 or 7, I think. This one can't be 4. That's not quite as restricting as I wanted. Now, is that any use? No, they're in a cage. These cage numbers, it's weird. In this version of Killer Sudoku, the cages are almost the most unhelpful things once you start looking for these impossible cages. It's such a strange puzzle. It's really interesting. Now, which of these are blue and which are orange. There's already 3 blues in this row, and yet that's looking quite likely to be blue as well, which would use them all up. Is that a problem? Not really. Oh, that can't be 7, it's next to 3. Oh my goodness, if this was 5 or 7, it would form a 5 or 7 pair with that, and that would leave these 4 to be 4, 2, 3, 1, which would be a 10 cage that's not allowed. So that's not 5 or 7. So we've reduced the whole of the row to 2 possibilities. Oh, this is insane. Is there anything further? Oh, this is blue now, because it's 1 or 4. So we can do the last 2 oranges in box 6. That's blue as well. So that's a domino. That's 1 of each. Oh, it's not quite. Now what if that was 5, 2, 1, 4, 7? That's all right. If that was 7, you'd have 4, 1, 2 there, and 5 there. I can't see that that's impossible. 7, 6. I mean, surely something breaks here. Oh, this is a 5, 7 pair. And that's an interesting number to get there. That means this can't be a 5 and is blue. One of those is blue. So that one of these is a 5. That's the only orange cell to fill in. Now 7, 2, 1 or 5, 1, 4. So that's 1, 2 or 4. So that's blue as well. That finishes the blues for row 7. One of these has to be blue because this 10 cage has 2 blues. So this one is orange. These 2 are blue. Remember, this is all part of a 10 cage. I'm going to put 1, 2, 3, 4 just to keep going. Now, just think I might be still missing a negative constraint. I'm probably missing something much more obvious by now, and I'm sorry if you can see it, but it's very hard to know what to look for. I really find this a strange, warped mind puzzle. Now 9's in one of those 2 cells. 5's in one of those 2. 8's somewhere around that corner. 6, 8, 9. One of those is 9. That's 5, 7 or 8. That's not particularly helpful. That's a domino. Oh yes, one of these is orange and one's blue. This must be blue because we worked out that 3 cell 10 cages include 2 blues. So that's orange, which doesn't resolve this 9 at all. 1, 2, 3 or 4 there. Frustrating. Now whatever this is, that is seeing all of those cells. So this one must be the same as that. So 2 or 3. 2 can't be in those 2. I should have done that right at the beginning. Now, what can this 10 cage be? Obviously not 1, 3, it could be 1, 3, 6. I Don't know, it may very much depend on what that 10 cage can be. 5, 8, 9, 6 though could be in any cell, and 7 is totally unconstrained here. Because of these, I think 6 and 9 have to be in column 1 down at the bottom somewhere. 6 is in one of those, but that's of no particular interest at the moment. Now that's orange. One of those is orange. One of those is orange. That's 3 oranges. Maximum one of those is orange, so minimum one of those. That's really not helpful. Can we use the positive constraint up here maybe? So however we set these up, it has to be possible to form a 10 cage if that was disappeared, and maybe if another one was. Oh yeah, that's, I mean, if this is 2 or 4, it can connect to the other 3 in this cell wherever they are. That's in this cage. That's not very helpful. Could this be 6 or 8 though? Well, yeah, it could be, oh, yeah, if it was 6, it could connect up to a 3 and a 1 there. That's, okay, that's not very profitable at all. Oh dear, come on, Mark, think. That can't be 721 because the 7, but it could still be 631 or a couple of other possibilities. Not very useful. There must be some negative constraint that is usable at the moment, and I just can't see it. What is it? Now, if that was a 1, I know I've been through this before. Oh, look at that. Yeah, that is the question. If that was a 1, 4 here, 7 here, 2 here, and you'd have 1, 7, 2, and that is not allowed because that is one of these impossible 10 cages. So we can do the whole row, and I should have spotted that. It feels like about 7 minutes ago. Right. That one is blue. That one is orange. This is not 5. This is now 7. In fact, are they still a 1, 2? Oh, that's so frustrating. Right, 7 is orange as well. Oh, that's not 7. 7 is one of these 2. Oh, that's no, it's only a tiny bit interesting, because 7 is also in rows 7 and 9 there. One of these 2 is 7. And I'm going to fill in the possible 6s now, just so I've got all the possibilities noted. Let's take out those. Oh yes, that can't be 1, because we'd have a 1, 4, 5. Right, now we're cooking. Right. Oh, it's been blue for a while. Anyway. Right, that's the last blue in the row, so they're orange. These 2 are blue. That finishes the blues for column 2. They're orange. That's a domino, one of each. There's 1 blue somewhere in there. 2 blues amongst there, 1 there. So I still can't finish them off. Right, can I do some Sudoku? Yes, 7 there. 5 and 7 are fixed. These can't be 2, so the 2 in the box is there. They also can't be 1, so that makes these 2 and 1. This is not a 2-8 pair, it's a 4-6 pair. That fixes 3 and 4. 6 comes out of there and goes into row 7, column 7. This can't be 6 now. 8, 3, 1. Oh, 5, 1. We've got a 10 cage to complete. I like cages to complete because they're easy. Now, we can't have a 4 there. And that goes with this cell. But it could still be 7, 6, or 5. Not 7, because of the sort of X-wing we've now got on 7s, but that can be 6 or 5. The fact that it can't be 7 means that there must be a 3 here. So that's not a 3. which we knew anyway because there couldn't be a 7 here. Oh, dingbat. Right, that's not a 4. That's not a 4. Ah, 2 and 4 up there. So these are a 1-3 pair. This is therefore a 2-4 pair, which we can fill in. That took a while to notice. So that's now a 1-3 pair, going with a 6 to make up the 10 cage. That's a 4. Everything else is eliminated. This is 3 and 4 up here. That's 1. I'm really just looking at the blue numbers now to get cracking along. 2 there gives me an 8 in the 10 cage though. One of these is a 1. Okay, well, so is that, and they're not, and that one's not a 2. So this is either 3-7 or 4-6. 3 or 4 must be there because of the 7 and 6 in the column. So actually we can do the colouring on that one, which doesn't help with anything else. There's still 1 blue to go there, 1 blue to go there, 1 blue to go there, and 1 there. 4 and 6 and 1 there. Right, that's not 1 or 2 though. In fact, it's 3 now. So this is 3, must be with 2 and 5. Yes. 7 and 9 to place in the column, and I cannot see which way round they go, but this one can't be a 6 anymore. Actually, it hasn't been a 6 ever since I put a 6 in there. That one can't be an 8. Am I right? It can't be a 7? Yes, I am, thanks to the X-wing. So we're left with a 7-9 pair. Let's take out the corner marks. So along here, yes, the 3 fixes the 1 and 3. 6 is the last cell in. 9 must go there. Let's get rid of the corner marks there. 7, oh, I don't know, bother. 7, 8 and 5 to go. 7, 8, 5 and 8 there. Oh look, 5 there has sorted it. Right. Well, it's sorted column 1, doesn't resolve column 3. Now up here, 5 and 9. Now don't forget to look for these negative constraints, which I haven't thought about for a while. Does anything down here get resolved with those? No, I can't see it. Oh, probably just not paying attention. Right, 9 and 8 up here. Haven't used that positive constraint thing, which is terrifying because it seems to me to be mind-blowingly difficult to use. Oh, right, what about this now? It can't be 2, 3, 5 because it would have to clash with those. So it's got a 1 in it. It can't be 1, 2, 7. Can it be 5, 4, 1? It could be 5, 1, 4. No, it couldn't because that 2, 5 pair's been resolved. So it can't be 1, 4, 5. It's 1, 3, 6. That is 1 or 6. That's any of them, and this is 1 or 3, which forms a 1, 3 pair. So this one is a 4. That puts 6 here. That gets rid of 6 there. That places the 6. Let's get rid of the pencil marks again. These ones, oh, that's a horrible deadly pattern. Got a deadly pattern on 7s and 8s. Oh, no, we haven't. Look at that too. That's fixing that deadly pattern. Nice. 7 and 9. I mean, how have I left them in with a given 9 in the grid since the beginning? Moron. Right, 7 there. That is now a 3. That is a 4. That's a 2. Let's do a little bit of colouring, which I haven't done for a while. I can tell that that's the 4. So they're all blue. I think everything else, almost everything else, is orange. They're all orange. That must be blue. Let's hope I got this right today. A 1 in there then. This is a 6. That's a 4. Oh, that's 8 or 9 as well. 7. This is an 8-9 pair too, but they're resolved by that 8 and the given 9 that I can't see. 7 there. 5, 8 and 9 to go. 1, 9 is impossible. Brilliant. So 5, 9, 5. 2 deadly patterns left. 8 and 9. There and there. Well, they're huge numbers, and they're not seeing any little numbers not in cages. So we can't use the negative constraint. We're going to have to use the positive one somehow. I think the same's true for 1 and 3. Because they're all in cages. So they can't be using the negative constraint, which would put another 10 cage. I suppose 3, 7 would definitely be all right here. If this was 1, 3 like that, maybe this cage being removed doesn't allow any further 10 cages. I don't think it does. 1 immediately connects up to a 7 and then doesn't reach a 2. 3 has to go through the same 1 or the same 6 because that 8 blows it. 6, 2 is no good. Yeah, that wouldn't work. So that one, okay, I've understood the positive constraint there. Now what about 8, 9? I don't think this is any use. I mean, which cage? I mean, these ones we worked out were easy. Look, 6, 1, 3 there, 2, 5, 3 there. So it can't be over here. Oh, what about this cage? Yeah, 2, 8 would be fine. But if this was written as 2, 9, 8, that's, yeah, it's what you have to consider, I think, is where, if you took out this 10 cage, where would you create another 10 cage? You can't come out of the cage that exists. 2 and 9 is 11 and blows it. 4 and 7 is 11. 3 and 8 is 11. So 1 and 7 would need to connect to a 2. 1 and 5 would have to connect to a 4, and they can't reach 1. So that would not work. So they must be that way round, which fixes the last pair. What a mind-bending, brilliant, genius puzzle. Oh, that's madness. Thank you very much to Mad Mahogany and to the Discord recommenders of that puzzle. That was a treat and wrecked my head. I hope you had some more success with it. I don't know. I may have missed some steps in terms of speed, and I may have had things like that 9 glaring at me for a while, but I think all the steps I took I virtually had to. That's hard. Great fun though. Hope you had a go at that, and thank you very much for watching as always. Hope to see you again soon, and bye for now.